I think that DeFi will eventually become much bigger than CeFi just because it's easier to onboard more people. Once people understand, oh, well, I guess open up my browser, connect my wallet, and now I have all these types of financial products. That for some people is like revolutionary because they don't have a bank account, or they have very, very limited banking services, or the banks that they have are very, very corrupt. And so I think that DeFi will get the long tail of users. Maybe it's not going to be the most used thing in America or Western Europe when you have a banking system that, for the most part works. But for large parts of the world, they don't have that. And so DeFi is, an improvement over the thing that they have.
To travel quite a lot, so where do you see the biggest adoption of crypto, and from what type of perspective?
So South Korea is the biggest trading market for crypto. South Korean traders on a per trader basis are the most active. So that's probably one end of the spectrum. And then you see a lot of activity in places like Turkey, in the Philippines. I haven't been to the Philippines recently, but I know that they use a lot of crypto. A lot of NFTs are bought and sold in like Thailand and Indonesia. And there's lots of developers in Vietnam. So there's lots of interesting things going on, especially in the Asia Pacific region where I spend most of my time.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In this video, Arthur Hayes dives into his bold prediction of Bitcoin reaching $1 million and his fascinating journey from fired banker to crypto billionaire. Let's catch up with Hayes to learn more.
So I love Argentina. I go skiing there every year. And what's really interesting about Argentina is the first time I went there in 2018, the peso to the dollar was about, I think, 50 or 30 pesos to the dollar. Now it's 1,300 pesos to the dollar. But the ATMs still only give you 40,000 pesos maximum, which now is $40 US. And they charge like a $7 fee. So you can't actually use cash in Argentina to do anything because the banks make it very difficult to use it. So what do people do? They use USDT and Tether. So it's very interesting. I paid for, my house, my guide, everything in Tether, just, sending people money on either the Tron or ERC20 networks. So I think crypto solves a problem that they have. They have a messed up currency, lots of inflation, and so the population has gravitated to using a crypto solution. Obviously over here in the Asia Pacific, I use mostly fiat, and obviously I want to spend fiat and save crypto as much as I can. But where it makes sense, like places like Argentina, where, using a credit card or a bank wire isn't going to work, I use crypto. I wouldn't say it's investing, I'd say more gambling. Can I predict what is the next trend or follow the trend and get off the train before it crashes? I think it's like gambling. It's a lot of fun. It's very social. You get to interact with the community. There's also lots of culture around it, and it's very crypto-centric. So that's why I, gamble in meme coins. Have I made some money? A little bit, but it's more for fun. So I think at the end of the day, the U.S. economy is very strong. The government's spending a lot of money, and the Fed wants to cut rates while the government is spending all this money. It doesn't make any sense. And so I think it's very inflationary. I think the market's going to realize that. And then when that happens, bond yields, especially 10-year treasury bond yields will rise, and that'll cause a short-term market correction. Also, I believe that, reducing the differential between dollar rate and the yen rate will cause the yen to strengthen. We saw the yen carry trade unwind a few months ago in late July, early August. And with that impact on financial markets, as the Fed cuts rates, yen strengthens, and that's negative for financial markets. So we'll see this weekend what happens. I think Bitcoin's, traded quite strong. It's like 63,000 or something. 64. There we go. But I think we'll see what happens over the weekend. Can Bitcoin maintain these gains, or is the market going to switch its thinking on whether or not a Fed in a cutting cycle, given the level of government spending, given the level of inflation that's above their 2% target? We'll see. I don't know.
Financial analyst Robert Kiyosaki has issued a stark warning, predicting a massive stock market crash that he claims will eclipse even the infamous Wall Street crash of the 1920s. His advice is clear. Baby boomers should sell their stocks, bonds, and homes immediately to avoid catastrophic losses. According to Kiyosaki, Those who act now can safeguard their wealth by turning to safer havens like gold, silver, and an unexpected third option, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, once dismissed as an obscure digital curiosity, has risen to dominate the world of cryptocurrencies. From its humble beginnings in 2009, when a single Bitcoin was worth less than a cent, it has skyrocketed to a staggering $100,000 today. Its appeal lies in its decentralized nature, immune to government control, making it both a revolutionary financial tool and a magnet for speculative fervor. Over the past year alone, its value surged by 142%, outperforming traditional assets like gold. Despite its meteoric rise, Bitcoin remains enigmatic, attracting both fervent advocates and staunch skeptics. The phenomenon is partly driven by FOMO, the fear of missing out. This psychological force, fueled by celebrity endorsements and the allure of untapped wealth, has created a global frenzy. Today, the total global cryptocurrency holdings rival the GDP of entire nations, reflecting a widespread belief in the promise of digital assets. Kiyosaki's bullish stance on Bitcoin underscores its growing acceptance as a hedge against economic uncertainty. While skeptics warn of crypto volatility and fraud, proponents see it as a beacon of financial independence in an unpredictable world. Whether his predictions hold true, the ongoing fascination with cryptocurrencies suggests they are far more than a passing trend. They are reshaping the very fabric of modern finance.
Well, I think, they've gone down a bit. But now, if you can invest in treasury bills, it used to yield 5.5%. Now they yield, 5 to 4%, right? So if that keeps going down, then everyone who's earning all this money just sitting on bonds is going to have to do something with it. And that's something I think will be partially crypto, maybe gold, maybe real estate. And so as these assets are not earning this income, they're going to move out into other assets of fixed supply, like crypto. Well, again, I think that was expected by the market, the BOJ to hold. We'll see what the market believes about the Fed and its future path. I think I was reading yesterday that people expect a rate cut in November now. And that's so is that aggressive enough to force people who have borrowed yen to cover their trades and sell the assets that would finance? I don't know. We'll see. That's my bet, at least in the short term. But in the long term, I do believe in money printing. U.S. government, every other major government needs to print money to make their population feel happy. And that's going to benefit crypto. I think a lot of the ETF flows were driven by hedge funds like Millennium, who are putting on a basis trade. So they buy the ETF and they sell the futures contract on the CME. We'll see if their holdings change in the next disclosures, and I think it's the 13F by the SEC, and whether or not these funds have decreased their exposure because the basis or the interest rate has gone down on these trades. And that will reveal what the true demand is for these products. I think it's TBD right now, but over time, as a marketing machine kicks in for BlackRock and these large financial institutions and getting the RIAs out there pitching this stuff, you'll see more inflows, but it's just going to take longer than people think. As the banks make fees, they're going to do as much of this as they can. So I think there'll be an ETF in as many cryptos as possible.
El Salvador has solidified its position as a trailblazer in Bitcoin adoption, reaching a remarkable milestone of 6,000 Bitcoins in its national reserves. Valued at approximately $570 million, this achievement reflects a consistent acquisition strategy over 39 months. The nation, led by President Nayib Bukele, has seen its Bitcoin holdings appreciate significantly, with a 127% increase in value over the original investment as Bitcoin surged from $45,000 to over $100,000 in the past year. The country's strategy of buying one Bitcoin daily, supplemented by occasional larger purchases, underscores its long-term commitment to cryptocurrency as a financial asset. Recent acquisitions, including an 11 Bitcoin purchase on December 20, align with El Salvador's broader economic initiatives, such as a $1.4 billion loan agreement with the International Monetary Fund. While this deal required some adjustments, such as making Bitcoin acceptance voluntary rather than mandatory for businesses, it signals El Salvador's willingness to address international concerns while embracing innovation. The global implications of El Salvador's success are profound. Analysts predict a wave of nation-states adopting Bitcoin by 2025, driven by the need for financial diversification, trade settlement solutions, and strategic economic positioning. This trend could spark a competitive race among countries, with prominent figures like U.S. President-elect Donald Trump exploring national Bitcoin reserves. El Salvador's leadership in this space highlights the transformative potential of cryptocurrency in reshaping global financial strategies. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.